Good morning, everyone. First of all, we are going to, as in a previous class, we have completed with this lesson, electoral politics. Today, we are just going to discuss the question answers. Before discussing the question answers, first, we will go through the glossary part. That is what is code of conduct. Code of conduct means it is a set of norms and guidelines to be followed by the political parties and contesting candidates during the election time. So that is the code of conduct means it is the guidelines, the rules and regulations to be followed by the candidate and even the political parties who are uh, fighting for the election, who are contesting the election. They had to follow this code of conduct which is given by election commission. Then constituency. In this we have in the lesson we have seen that voters in a geographical area, particular area, who elect a representative to the legislative body is called as constituency. Means the whole country is divided into different geographical areas in which each and every constituency is having their own candidates of the political parties, and the voters have to elect from those candidates. Then incumbent, that means a current holder of the political office, the government who is ruling uh, means at present, that is called an incumbent. Usually the choice for the voters in election is between the incumbent party, that is the prevailing government, or the candidate and those who oppose them, the other party who is opposing them. Next, level playing field. Level playing field means it is a condition in which all parties and candidates contesting in the election have equal opportunities to appeal for votes and to carry out election campaign. Then the word rigging. Rigging means fraud and malpractices indulged by the party or candidate to increase its votes. It includes stuffing ballot boxes by the few persons using the votes of others. Means the invalid voters are there, those who are not supposed to put the voters, means votes, cast the vote, they vote for the particular candidate or for the particular party. That is called rigging. And recording multiple votes by the same person and bribing or coding polling officers to favor the candidate. Means polling officers also are favoring one particular candidate. So one and the same thing that it is considered will be the malpractices. Means unfair means which are used to increase the votes during the election for the particular candidate or for the particular party. Then turnout. Turnout also I had explained you that what is turnout? The percentage of eligible voters. The percentage of the eligible voters who cast their vote in an election. That is called as turnout. Next, coming to the exercise now. Which of the following statements about the reasons for conducting elections are false? So, which of the following? Yes, they are no more, but still, yes, Aditya, you are correct. These malpractices are still going on, and it should be taken more consideration, more careful attention should be made because people are no more, they are no more alive today. Even they are, or they are still the small kids who are not casting vote. That is 18, just they have begin the age of 18. They are not going and casting vote in place of them, other people are casting the votes. So now, which of the following statements about the reason of conducting election are false? That will be, you can mark. Uh, can anybody, which of the following statements about the reason of conducting election are false? Can anybody give the answer? Okay, the C1 will be false. For this, you can mark C1. C, elections enable people to evaluate the performance of the judiciary. So for this, you can mark C. The correct answer is C. Then, which of the following is not a good reason to say that
A.
Indian elections
A.
are democratic? Yes, A. Good.
A.
Then the match the following. Uh, you can mark match the following also in your book. First one, it is necessary to keep the voters a list up to the date. Why? Why it is necessary to keep the voters list up to the date? Because the last one will be correct, because some people may have moved away from the area where they voted last. So this can be the reason. You can mark A over here. Next, some constituencies are the reserved for SCs and STs, so that why some constituencies are reserved for SCs and STs? Because there is a
A.
fair
First.
representation. Yes, first one will be the B one. You can mark B. Then next, everyone has one and the only one vote, so that
Second.
yes, second, because everyone has equal opportunity to elect their representative. So second will be the C. And finally, this party in power is not allowed to use government vehicles. Why? Because all candidates must
Third
have,
option.
third option, all candidates must have a fair chance of competing in the election. So this will be the D. So this match the column is clear, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Now coming to the next, you have to list all the different election related activities mentioned in the chapter, and arrange them in the sequence, beginning from the first activity and the ending to the last. Some of these activities are given below. Now first activity, what happens? Election related activity, first of all, the announcing of the
When making of voters list,
first announcing of the election schedule. What schedule? How elections will be held, what all things will be there. So announcing, first announcement will be made na beta. No, here it is there.
then information.
Here it is given or not? I have seen just now. Casting votes, ordering people, announcing of the election schedule. Here this is clear. So mark number one here, announcing election schedule. First election schedule to be announced, when the elections are going to be held and all things. Then second, filling of nominations. Filling of nomination. Now second will be, you will write down number two here, filling of nomination will be there, who all are going to contest the elections. Then third, on the third part, making of the voters list will be there. Making of the voters list will be the third year. Clear? Then fourth will be releasing election manifesto. Releasing election manifesto. This will be the next process after voters list. What all, how the means elections will be held up, what all things will be included in that, which party will take, which candidate will take which party, everything is given in detail about this. That will be the fourth one. Then fifth, election campaigns. Now everything is well decided. Now the candidates and the parties start for election campaigning. So election campaign will be the fifth one. Number five, election campaign. Yeah, this is your election campaign. Then sixth will be after election campaign. Campaigning is over. Now the day of voting is there, and then the next process will be casting of votes. Casting of votes. Here, casting of votes will be the sixth point. Then seventh will be after cast voters go and cast their vote. Then what happens? Counting of votes will be there. So seventh will be counting of votes. After votes are being counted, then the eighth step taken for election related activities is declaration of the election result. When voting is done, then naturally declaration of the result will be there. And if any malpractices, unfair means are there, and if election commission wanted to repoll in that particular constituency, then lastly ordering for the repoll will be there. So is it clear, or once again should I give the number? First is announcing election schedule, then second is filling nominations, third making a voters list, fourth releasing election manifesto, fifth election campaign is there, then sixth casting of votes will be there, seventh counting of votes will be there, then eighth declaration of election result will be there, and then ninth ordering of repoll. Okay, coming to the next question. Surekha is an officer in charge
Ma'am,
of
can you repeat again?
again. Okay, fine. First announcing election schedule, second filling nominations, third making of voters list, fourth election releasing election manifesto, fifth election campaign is there, sixth casting of votes will be there, seventh counting of votes, eighth declaration of election result, and lastly ninth ordering of a repoll.
Okay,
Clear?
ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Then next question about Surekha. Surekha is an officer in charge of ensuring free and fair elections in the assembly constituency in the state. You have to describe what should she focus on for each of the following stages of election. Now, before discussing this answer, first I want to discuss about the periodic third this syllabus. Are you all aware about the periodic third syllabus? History lesson 1, 2, and 3. First three lessons will be coming: French Revolution, Socialism in Europe and Russia. Third is Nazism and Rise of Hitler. And all the three have the map activity. You have to prepare map also. Clear? Then civics, lesson 1, what is democracy, why democracy? Lesson 2, constitutional design, in which this second lesson, democratic constitution in South Africa is deleted. This part is deleted. Rest everything will be coming in chapter number 2, civics. Then third, electoral politics. This will be there in the civics 1, 2, 3 lesson. Then geography also 1, 2, 3 lesson will be there. First lesson India size and location. Second, physical features of India. Third, drainage. But for drainage, only map items as given in the map list will be evaluated in examination. Not the theoretical aspect of this chapter will not be assessed. Clear? Theoretical part will not be there. Only map activity will be given from geography lesson number 3, that is drainage. And if possible, tomorrow I'm going to give you this map also. Then economics, again 1, 2, 3 lesson. First, story of village Palampur. Second, people as resource. And third, poverty as a challenge. The full course has been completed till now. Nazism, this electoral politics. I'm going to give you within 1 or 2 days. I'm going to give you the PDF of question answers. So this lesson will be over. And tomorrow, definitely, I will discuss about the drainage map work. So the periodic third course will be over. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. If any doubt, then also you can call me or ask me on the WhatsApp. Then now next, you have to describe what should Surekha focus on each of the following stages of election. First, about election campaign. So, what should Surekha do about election campaign? She should ensure that the candidates are not bribing the voters. First and foremost thing, to make the surety that the voters who are casting the vote, they are not bribed by the particular party or by the particular candidate. Second, she should ensure that no candidate appeals for votes in the name of caste and religion. Another thing she should take in my consider very much important, that no candidate will appeal for the votes by for the name of religion or any caste and all. Then she should also make sure that no candidate uses government resources for campaigning, as it is the code of conduct also that they should not use any government resources for campaigning purpose. So, as Sulekha is an officer in charge for conducting the election, so she should take the care of all these things. And no candidate should be allowed to spend more than 25 lakhs in the constituency for Lok Sabha elections. So, this all we have read about the things which should be kept in mind. Uh, uh, about means by the side of the candidate and the political parties. Second is polling day. On polling day, what should Sulekha do? Sulekha should ensure that the voting take place in a fair manner. Then no unfair means like booth capturing or should take place. Booth capturing, sometimes we see that booth capturing is there, that in particular constituency particular party candidates are standing and asking them, forcing the voters to cast the vote in their favor only, so that booth capturing should not be there. And they are made afraid of something, some or the other thing, that the people had to cast in the favor of that particular candidate. So no unfair means like booth capturing should take place when Sulekha is an officer. And third, once the polling is over, EVMs should sealed and take to secure place. This is the most important thing, that EVM, where the voters have cast the vote, that machine to be taken, to be sealed up properly and to be taken to the secure place, so that to show that free and fair elections are being held. Then on the counting day, what should be done? On a fixed day, only EVMs from constituency should be open, and the agents of all contestants should ensure that counting is done properly also. And if Sulekha finds any foul play, any objection can be raised to the election commission, which will verify it and may go for repolling also, as we have seen the process, one of the process of election, that if they are not satisfied and any party is having any objection and it is verified by the election commission, then repolling can be done. So this things to be kept in mind by Sulekha as an officer in charge for ensuring free and fair election in the assembly constituency. Then the table below gives the proportion of different communities among the candidates who won elections to the US Congress. Compare these to the proportion of communities in the population of US. Based on this, would be suggest the system of reservation in the US Congress? If yes, why, and for which community? If no, why or not? So the proportion is given, that proportion of the community in percentage it is given. House of Representatives, black is 8%, Hispanics 5, and whites are 86. And in population of USA, 13 black and Hispanics are there, and 70 is for the this whites are there. So we can say that uh, on as an answer for this, we can say that based on the table, the reservation of Hispanics community is a good idea, that this is to make their representation in proportion to the percentage of their population. That is, the proportion according to the percentage of their population should be similar. Then next, cinema. So seventh one, can we draw the following conclusion from the information given in the chapter? Give two facts in support of your position for each of these. Now you have to give the conclusions to this. Now for this, first is Election Commission of India does not, wait a second. Yes, Election Commission of India does not have enough powers. Then what will happen to conduct the free and fair election in the country? Then what will happen if the Election Commission is not having enough powers? The conclusion is false, that Election Commission, first of all and foremost thing, that Election Commission of India does not have enough powers. This is the false statement, because the procedure to remove the election commissioner is tough and cannot be removed just on the wishes of the party in power. An election commission decides the code of conduct also, and date of elections and declaration of result. Everything is well decided by the election commission only, and it can punish the candidate for violation of code of conduct, and government staff on election duties work under the election commission and not the government. So these all things happen under the election commission. So we cannot say that Election Commission of India does not have enough powers to conduct free and fair election. It does have the enough of powers to carry the free and fair elections in the country. Second, there is high level of population participation in the election of a country. That means, yes, it is correct, because there is a high level of popular participation in the election in of a country. As India is the largest electoral democracy in the world, since it has highest number of registered voters, the number of people who vote. So common people of also in India vote. They also give more importance to elections. Then last few years also we have seen that more than half of the people identify themselves as being close to one or the other party, and this way we can ensure that free and fair elections are held. Then last, sorry, C, it is very easy for the party in power to win an election. So this is not correct to say that it is easy for the party in power to win an election, because since the election commission ensure the free and fair election, and there is no use of state machinery in the government government, and the party in power regularly change in India at the center and as well as at the state, and this shows that it is not easy for the party in power to win an election. And lastly, many reforms are needed to make the election completely free and fair. Yes, this conclusion is correct, that there should be made few reforms, few changes should be made in election to make the election completely fair, free and fair. So till here only today. The question answers PDF I'm going to send you. You can copy the textbook questions in the notebook, whatever given, and uh, for notebook assessment, I will let you know for which lesson you will upload on the notebook assessment, for the notebook assessment work on the Google form link to make the PDF of which lesson question answers, and you can upload the same on the Google form link for the notebook assessment also. Clear? Till then, Thank you. We'll continue in the next class tomorrow with the map of drainage. Thank you.